DeWalt gives us more options than any of us asked for. Kyle shows off his new pouch, and Travis gets his hands on the brightest new thing from Milwaukee. This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
This episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool. Pro tools, pro service, all at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And SkillSaw, true to the trade since 1924.
Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob. It's November 6, 2020, and today we're going to cover the latest Power Tool news and point out the best tool videos of the week. Sarah is on vacation this week, but before she left, she asked me to ask you guys if you'd be kind enough to punch that like button for her. Travis over at Tools by Design has been using his Milwaukee Rocket tower light for over 3 years now, and this week he got his hands on the new version and shows us all 6,000 lumens. It's always good news when Milwaukee announces an upgrade to an already popular tool, so when they announced the new M18 Rocket 6,000 lumen tower light, we assumed it'd be a significant improvement over the previous model. Travis confirms this for us by giving you a very detailed look at the new ergonomics, and even takes all 3 of Milwaukee's Rocket lights outside to give you a better sense of what 6,000 lumens looks like. The new Rocket Tower light is available now, but if you still need a bit of convincing, check it out over on Tools by Design on YouTube. The boys at Workshop Addict are still trying to make sense of the DeWalt FlexVolt, FlexVolt Advantage, and Power Detect mess, this time comparing the FlexVolt Recip to an almost identical FlexVolt Advantage version. From only 2 feet away, you'd think these were the same saw. Both have 0 to 3,000 strokes per minute with a 1 1/8 inch stroke. Neither one is oscillating. They have the same quick change blade system. The only real difference is one is a 60-volt tool, while the other is a 20-volt tool that takes advantage of the FlexVolt batteries. Oh, and the 20-volt version weighs a pound more. It must be packed with an extra pound of DeWalt toughness. These saws perform almost the same, cost almost the same, and look like twins. I have no clue which one to buy, but you may figure it out. Just head on over to Workshop Addict on YouTube. Kyle from RR Building is back helping us choose the best tools based on his experience hanging off the side of post-frame buildings. And as you can imagine, it's important to him that he keeps those tools close. This is a universal tool pouch born of a collaboration between Martinez and Atlas 46. Kyle has been helping them prototype this pouch for some time now, and it's finally ready for the rest of us. It's constructed out of rugged 1000D Cordura, features 2 D-rings for lanyards, a place for your tape, pencils, hammers, all that stuff, and a bunch of other special slots and pouches for specific tools and fasteners. It is proven to be perfect for Kyle, and to find out if it'd be perfect for you, head over to RR Buildings on YouTube. All right, let's check in with my buddy Rob. It's time again for actual work with Rob Robillard.
Hey, Rob, Sarah, how are you guys this week?
Actually, Sarah's on vacation, but I'm good, bud. How are you?
I'm great, thanks for asking. For today's tip, I'm going to talk about taping electrical outlets, switches on remodeling projects. You know, a lot of times we have to temporarily remove electrical boxes, and anytime this is done, I really advocate using electrical tape to wrap around the receptacle's terminals. And the reason why we do this prevents accidental contact with your hands or tools. If you're demoing or doing some work, you don't want your tool touching a live terminal and getting a shock. If it's a metal box, you know, you can sometimes make that connection with a screwdriver or a pry bar. So what I do is I just tape the terminals with electrical tape. I probably wrap it 3, 4, 5 times. It just gives you a little bit extra safety when working around live outlets like this. I hope this helps. Have a great week.
Thanks again, Rob. It's time again for your construction industry news, courtesy of the Construction Junkie. So you're the city of Shanghai in China, and thanks to a never-ending explosion of growth, you're slowly destroying your history. What's a city to do? Well, a company called Shanghai Evolution Shift, not a drifting club, had a unique solution. Instead of destroying historical buildings, let's give them legs and walk them somewhere that they can continue to live. These are robotic leg supports. They use them to walk this 85-year-old primary school about 200 feet out of the way of the relentless march of expansion. Using a total of 198 robotic feet, they were able to move this 5-story, 7,600-ton school at the speed of 11 feet per day, which is still faster than our election process. So I guess that's something. And finally, when's the last time you used remote control skid steers to play Pac-Man on a 29,000 square foot game board? Well, it's time to do it again. Cat, the construction equipment maker, not the animal, is back making gigantic games with its gigantic machines. In past years, they've created an oversized Jenga game with 600-pound blocks and the world's first moving golf course on the backs of their dump trucks. This time around, they dug out a perfectly scaled Pac-Man maze, which you can play using a remote-controlled Cat skid steer. Why? If you're asking, you just don't get it. To watch these videos and for the rest of your construction industry news, head on over to ConstructionJunkie.com. Last week, we looked into Hilti's insane job site robot that wouldn't put down its drill, which you can watch right here. Special thanks to SkillSaw and Ohio Power Tool for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.